Now, welcome to lesson 5 of working capital management. So, we are in lesson 5, still under management of cash. So, we start with the management of cash. We start with the cash flow, not cash flow, we start with the cash budget. So, now we are going to the next model that involve cash or the model of cash. So, we are remaining with the two. So, right away, I will go to the next one. So, welcome to lesson 4 of this class. So, welcome to lesson 4 of this class. So let us jump into the second model after cash budget. So for cash budget, we go to this model, Bamol model, Bamol model. So that's our next step, and this is a model which assists the organization in estimating the optimal cash balance. So this is the model which assists the organization in estimating an optimal cash balance. So we say this is a model which assists the organization in estimating the optimal cash balance, the optimal cash balance. So that is the definition of the model. That is the definition of model. Now, in case the company has uh, in case the company in case the company or the organization has surplus surplus cash. So in case wako na cash mingi, the surplus nafaa ikuwe surplus cash. So in case the company has surplus cash, means wako na a lot of money in the organization and they want to maintain the optimal cash balance. What they do, they purchase securities. They purchase securities. They purchase securities. But in case of deficit, but in case of deficits, they resell back the securities. They resell back. They resell back the securities. The securities. So in case the company has surplus cash, wako na cash mingi, so more than their optimal balance. So remember, this model it assists us to maintain the optimal cash balance. So a particular cash balance. But if we have excess of this balance, we can purchase securities from the security markets. Now, in case where our cash balance has reduced into a level where it is below our optimal balance, what do we do to retain it back or to come back to our cash balance? We sell back. So we sell back the security to get the money back. So that's the scenario behind it. So that's how we maintain the cash or the optimal cash balance. So let us see the formulas. Start with this number one. The first formula is C is equals to 2 TB over I square root, where C is the optimal cash balance or the optimal cash requirement. Optimal cash balance. Optimal cash balance. We have T, annual cash requirement. Annual cash requirement. B, cost per transaction. Cost per transaction. Then I is what we call the interest rate. Interest rate or opportunity cost, or the opportunity cost, or the opportunity cost. You can go to the second formula, total opportunity cost. Number 2, total opportunity cost, opportunity cost. Total opportunity cost is equal to C over 2 times I. C over 2 times I. Number 3, total transaction cost. Total transaction cost is T over C times B. Then number 4, average cash balance. Average cash balance. C over 2. Assumptions. Let us see the assumptions of this model. Assumptions. Then we do a question. Now the assumption here is, okay, before we go to the assumptions, number of cash turnover. Sorry. Number 5. Number of cash turnover is equal to T divided by C. And then number 4, frequency of cash turnover the 365 number of days in a year over number of cash turnover over number of cash turnover. So if I go 365 divided by that one. So we can look at the assumptions before we do a question. Assumptions. Number 1. One of the assumption is annual cash requirement is constant and known. So annual cash requirement is known and constant. Number two, cost per transaction is known and constant. Per transaction is known and constant. Number 3, opportunity cost is known and constant. Opportunity cost is known and constant. Number 4, the rate of usage of cash is constant. The rate of usage of cash is constant. The rate of usage of cash is constant. Then there is no minimum cash balance. 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 So this is all about the Baumol model. So it's a model which assists us in maintaining or estimating an optimal cash balance. An optimal cash balance. So let us look for a question in our past paper. Let us look for a question in our past paper. So August 2024, question number 3A. So August 2024, question number 3A. The question reads, Remy Limited spends 150 million cash outlay to install a new product line in their factory. The cash outflow is expected to occur equally throughout the year. That's the annual cash requirement actually. The company treasury reports the firm can invest in a marketable security yielding 8% percent per annum. That is the opportunity cost. Uh, the cost of shifting fund from marketable security uh, portfolio to cash is 7,500 per transaction. That is the cost of transaction. So 7,500 transaction cost. Assume the company will meet their daily demand by selling the marketable security required. Number one, determine the optimal cash, optimal size of the company transfer funds from marketable security. Number two, the average cash balance. Number three, the number of transfer with the marketable security. And number four, total cost associated with the company cash requirement. That is 6 marks. That is 6 marks. So let us do it together. So we start with the part A of the question. So part A, wanatuambia we determine the size of the company transfer fund from the marketable security. So the optimal size is C. So that's part A. So number A, wanauliza C. Now our C is the square root of 2 times. Now our T is our annual cash requirement. Our annual cash requirement is the cash outlay. Now our cash outlay is the total cost. So ukiona the word cash outlay, refer to the total cost required to maintain the balance. Now the cash outlay is the total annual cash requirement, which is 150 million, times B, cost per transaction. So cost per transaction iko pale chini 7,500. 7,500 you divide it by, wamesema ni 150 million. Let's just put it in million. Let us put it in million. 150 million times 7,500 over 0.8%, 0.08. So 8% is our opportunity cost, so 0.08. So what will be the value? Let's do it. So 2 times 150, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 7,500 divided by the 0.08, then the square root of the answer. So it is 5 million. So the value of C itakuwa ni 5 million 301. So that's number A, or number one. Number two, the average cash balance. So the average cash balance is equal to C over 2. C over 2, which is 53,033,01 divided by 2. We divide it by 2. We divide it by 2. So itakuwa ni divided by 2. So 53,033,01 divided by 2. It is 2,651,651. Number three, they were asking number of transfer from marketable security to cash. So number of transfer is the number of transfer is the number of cash turnover. So which is T over C. So T over C. So our T is 150 million divided by C, 5 million. Let us see the number of transfer. So 150, 5303, 301, 28.28, 28.28, which is approximately 28 28 times. So 28 times. Number four, total cost. Now total cost, kumbuke total cost is equals to total opportunity cost plus total transaction cost. Total transaction cost. So total cost, it will be the total opportunity cost plus the total transaction cost. So let us start with the total opportunity cost. Total opportunity cost ndio hii hapa, C over 2 times I. Now what's our C? Ni 53 303 301 over 2 times I, which is 0.08. So 53 03 301 53 03 divided by 2 times 0.08. So it is 212 132. Total transaction cost ndio hii hapa, T over CB. And they must be the same actually. Inafaa ikuwe the same. So total transaction cost na total opportunity cost inafaa zitoshane. Let us see kama zinatoshana. So T ni 150 million over C 5303 301 times B 7,500. So at least nafasi hizo zinatoshana 150 million. So let's see kama zinatoshana 5303 301 times 7500 212. Yes, zinatoshana 212 132. So zinafaa zitoshane. So opportunity cost and transaction cost must be the same. If these assumptions are maintained. So remember, it will be the same if the assumptions are maintained. So we have maintained the assumption, meaning they must be the same. So we can say that the total cost itakuwa ni 212,132 plus 212,132. 212,132 times plus the answer. The total cost is 424,264. Remember to put it in Kenya shillings, so Miss Jaweka. So remember to put it in Kenya shillings. So remember to put it in Kenya shillings. So that's about more model. We can do another question just to wrap up. Let us look for another one. So let us see December 2023, question number 5C. 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 So let me read the question. So the question reads, Marip Ltd expect to make a payment of 9 million this coming year. The firm investment in marketable securities with an annual return of 20%. That one will be our opportunity cost. The minimum cash balance 4 times is 300,000. The firm incurs a cost of 30 per transaction. Then we have the 60 days in a year. So hapo mtuambia the 60 days in a year. Number 1, the optimal cash balance. Sawa C. So number 1, no cash balance kama kawaida. 2 times T. Our T is our annual cash requirement. Our annual cash requirement is 9 million. 9 million. We multiply with cost per transaction. Now we have cost per transaction, which is 30 shillings. 30 shillings. Then we divide it with 0.2. We divide it with 0.2. 0.2, 20% is our opportunity cost. So 20% is 0.2. Itakuwa ni 2 times 9 million times 30 divided by 0.2 square root of that one. So mimi napata 51,000 Kenya shillings. So weka in shillings, mimi sijaweka 961.52. Ili nika kusema it is 51,962. 51,962. Number B, they were asking us to total relevant cost. So kumbuka total relevant cost. Ukisema you compute relevant cost, equals to total opportunity cost plus total transaction cost. So relevant cost is the total transaction cost plus total transaction cost plus total opportunity cost. So let's start with the total transaction cost. So in the formula, total opportunity cost is C over 2. So C is 51,962 over 2 times I. I is 0.2 plus total transaction cost in the hapa T over C times B. T over C, so T is 9 million, which must be the same. T over C times B, which is 30. So when you add them together, so ukumbuke kufanya kando kando zinafaa zifuanane. So let's confirm, let's see if this and this are the same. 51,962 divided by 2 times 0.2. This is 5,000 Kenya shilling, 5,196. Na ile nyingine ni 9 million divided by 51,962 times 30, 5,196. So when you add them together, so you can sum 5,196 times 2. So total cost is Kenya shillings 10,392. So hiyo tumemaliza hivyo. That one tumemaliza. And then ya mwisho anatuambia number 3, average ni C over 2. But remember, in this case we have a minimum balance ya 300,000. So we need to add that balance. So the minimum balance, so M, the minimum balance, which anatuambia ni 300,000 kama sijakosea. So in the case where we have, so remember average the formula ni C over 2, but in case where we have the minimum balance itakuwa ni C plus M over 2. In the case where we have the minimum balance, so in this case we have a minimum balance, so we need to incorporate that one. So itakuwa C ni ngapi? 51,961 plus the minimum balance 300,000 divided by 2. So hiyo swali inakuanga hivyo direct. So I think tumemalizana hiyo hivyo. So 51,961 plus 300,000 divided by 2, which is 175,000. 175,981. 175,981. So that one marks the end of the Baumol model. Let me look for assignments which you can do. So assignment you have December 2021. Question number 5B. We have November 2017. Question number 5D. This is not here since 2015. Those are the only two questions wenye tujafanya since 2015. Now, that is all about the Baumol model. So we can shift our gears to another model, which is our last model under cash, mirror and OR model. So mirror and OR model. So that's where we are going to start. Then you do at least 2 questions or 3 questions. Then we appear assignment. Then that will be the end. So that will be the end of the cash management model, so that we can go to management of debtors, then to management of stock. So that is all about it. So let us do away with this one. We start the mirror and OR model as number 3. So mirrors. So pen yangu imeisha ink, but that's okay. Just use the black one. So This is a probabilistic. This is a probabilistic or deterministic model. Deterministic model which assumes that cache meanders. That cache meanders in 3 level. Mainly. So number 1, upper cache limit. Upper cache limit, which is H. Return point, which is Z. Number C, minimum stroke lower cache limit, L. That one is okay. So you can also write and say so in case the organization has surplus cash, comma, they will purchase marketable security. They will purchase marketable security. Securities. They purchase marketable securities in order to reduce cash. In order to reduce cash to the return point. In order to reduce cash to the return point. To the return point. Then, in case the organization has deficits, in case the organization has deficit, they will sell the marketable security. They will sell the marketable securities. Securities in order to realize the cash. In order to return the cash. Cash to the return point. To the return point. To the return point. So that's it is somewhat similar with the other one. Same idea. Same idea. So we can use a diagram also. So we have H, use our upper limit. We have a Z, which is our return point. Then we have L, which is our lower limit. Now in this case, it means we have surplus. In this case, it means we have surplus. So what do we do when you have surplus? So that we return to this point, so that we go back downwards, we buy marketable security. Securities. Now, what if we are under Apple? It means we are below. So remember, this one is deficit. So what do? We sell the marketable security so that we get. So when we sell to another Jew, we return to this point. So to kumbuka, when our cash balance is reducing up to this point, we need to sell the marketable security. The marketable securities. But when we have our money in increase in our balance is increasing, if we get to this point now, we don't need to maintain all those cash. What do? We buy the marketable security, so na dispose pesa, we maintain the marketable securities. But in the case where our cash is reducing to a particular level, then we sell it so that we realize or we return to the return point so that we can realize the cash. So let us see the formulas. I don't know if the formulas zitatoshea hapo. Sio mingi actually. So tunaanza na the first one, Z, which is the return point, is equals to 3 3b squared over 4i plus L, where B, now in this case B, cost per transaction, this one squared the variance of daily cash flows. I ni daily opportunity cost. Daily opportunity cost. L the minimum cash balance. Minimum cash balance. That is the formula number 1, the return point. That is the formula number 1, the return point. Formula number 2, upper cash limit, which is H. Upper cash limit is equals to 3 Z minus 2L. So that is the formula for Z. Then we have the average cash balance. Average cash balance before Z minus L. For Z ningeka hii Z ikae hivi ndio ujue ni Z, usifikirie ni 2. For Z divided by 3. Then spread, I'll call them the range, ni H minus L. So we can look for a question together. Let's look for a question, and we can start with this question for sijui kama itatoshea hapa. December. Let me see if I can use another pen, if possible. December 2022. Question number 3B. December 2022. Question number 3B, December 2022. Question number 3B inasema Baraka Ltd has a minimum cash balance of 100,000. The standard deviation is of the daily cash flow is 25,000. The interest rate for the marketable security is 9.2 per annum. Now remember that one is 9.2% per annum. Now kumbuke hapa tulisema, look at this. Daily opportunity cost. Niandika tu daily opportunity cost. Let me check. Where is it? Yes, the word daily. Nilikuwa nafuta the word daily, kumbe iko hapo. So daily opportunity cost. But remember kwa hiyo swali yetu ya December 2022 wanatuambia the interest rate for the marketable security is 9.2% per annum. That is per annum, but remember here is underline the word daily. So kwa swali amesema per annum, hapa amesema daily. So remember we need to convert that 9.2% per annum into daily. That one is okay. So number one, using the mirror and all model, number one, determine the target cash level. The target cash level is the Z. The target cash level is the Z. Upper cash limit ni H. Average cash balance equals sawa, and then the spread equals sawa. So we can do all the things at the same time. So let us start. Together. So tuanze na Z. So number one, Z. Uficha hapo wanaita the target cash level is the same. So the optimal cash balance is the same as the return point is the return point is the target cash level. So unazaita pia target cash level. So let us do it. So ni 3 and then 3 times B. Now B need to cost per transaction. So let us find the cost per transaction. Cost per transaction pale wanatuambia where is it? B. Iko pale chini. The transaction cost for each sale is 200. So iko hapo chini kabisa before kwa 365 days. 200. And then we multiply with variance. Now variance is the square root of standard deviation. Now tumepata standard deviation pale, which is daily. It's supposed to be daily. So ni 25,000. So we need to square it. So this is supposed to be 25,000 squared. Standard deviation squared. So as to have the standard deviation is 25,000. So but we need the standard deviation squared. Then we are supposed to divide it with 4 times I. Now 4 I ni 9.2, 0.92. 9.2 itakuwa 9.2 itakuwa ni 0.092. Now but remember this percent it is per annum, but the question here it says daily. So kumaanisha how many days in a year? We need to divide with the number of days in a year so that we make it daily. Number of days in a year is 365. So you need to divide it with 365. So you need to divide it with 365. Then plus the minimum balance. Now the minimum balance ni L. So the minimum balance pale anatuambia is 100,000. 100,000. So what will be the value of that amount? Let us use our calculator now. Open imefika. We need to use the calculator. Aya. Let us try. So tutaanza na ya juu. So 25,000 squared times 300. So times 200, sorry. Times 3. Times 3 natupatia what I can do to save time, this is what I can do. So 3, hii namba imekuwa kubwa sana. Hiyo imekuwa kubwa sasa. So utasema 300, 3 times 200 which is 600 times hii tutaweka tu hivyo kwanza squared. So tutafia chini. So let's find the lower. 4 times 0.092 divided by 365. This one is 0.00001008219. Now what I will do, this is what I will do. Nitafanya direct. So hii number ndio iko hapa as answer. So nitachukua 600. So nitachukua 600 times 25,000 times 25,000 unit squared. Then 7 divided by answer. Nipate a particular figure there. Then nichukue 3 fifth root of the answer. So mimi napata nikichukua hiyo tukumbuke plus 100,000. So nikifanya hivyo unapata 71,915.99 plus 100,000, which is the same as saying 171,915.99. So that is the Z. That is the Z. Number 2, upper cash limit, which is H. H formula ndio hii hapa, 3 times Z ndio hii hapa, 3 times Z, which is 171,915.99 minus 2 times L. Our L is 100,000. Lower cash limit. So tunaweza fanya direct. So plus 100,000. So times the 3 plus 2 times 100,000. So mimi napata 715. Sorry. Badala ni add 915.99. 3 171,915. 2 times 100,000. So 315. So it's supposed to minus 315. So can you see 315? 747.97. So hii tumemaliza hivyo. Average cash balance number 3. Average cash balance ni 4 times Z, which is 171,915.99 minus L 100,000 divided by 3. Here is the formula, ndio hiyo hapo. So 4 times Z minus L divided by 3. So ni 4 times 171,915.99 minus 100,000 divided by 3. This one is 195. 887. 195. 887. Then the spread ya mwisho. The spread ni H minus L. So H ni 315. 747.97 minus 100,000. So what will be the spread? The H minus L. So 315 747.97 minus 100,000. 215 747.97. So that is the spread. So that marks the end of that question for December 2023. So that will mark the end of that question for December 2023. Maybe we can do another one. November 2020. Last one. November 2020. November 2020. Number 3A. Then assignment. So ndafanya hiyo. But your assignment May 2018 question 1C, then May 2016 question 3B. So mitafanya ile, then you shall have the 2 assignments in that order. So naenda November 2020. November 2020. So November 2020. November 2020 question number 3A. November 2020 question number 3A. Question number 3A. So November 2020. November 2020 question number 3A. So the following information relates to Bawabu traders. So the minimum cash balance tumepatiwa as 8,000. The variance ni 4 million, which is equivalent to standard deviation per day of. So hiyo iko per day, that one is okay, 2,000. But remember, kama sio per day, kama ni per annum, you need to divide it by number of days. Then the assigned cost plus the security is 50. So interest rate per day is 0.025. That one is okay, tumepatiwa. So you need to start with the return point kwanza. So umetuambia part A wametuambia spread, so we start with part 3. That's why ungeanza na part 3, the return point, because we need that one. So ni 3 over 3 times our B transaction cost. In the question wametuambia transaction cost ni 50 shillings times 4 million divided with 4 times 0.025 kama sijakosea. So 0.025, that one is correct. So let's find the Z of the return point. So hii tunaweza fanya hivi, tuko tuna value ya chini peke yake. So 3 times 50 times 4,000, 4 million over, kumbuka plus L, which is 80,000. So 4 times 0.025, 0.1. Now we can get now the Z easily. Nasema ni 3 times 50. So nachukua calculator, 3 times 50 times 4 million divided by now 0.1. Then nachukua 3, then fifth root, the root of 3 natupatia ni 1817. So 1817 plus 80,000. So what would be that figure? 9817. 9817. That's our return point. 9817. I hope umepata 9817. So once we tumeshapata hiyo, we can now go back to part A, H. And our H we know is 3Z. 3 times Z, which is 9817, minus our 2 times L. So 2 times L is our lower limit, 80,000. So right, so 3 times 9817 minus 2 times 80,000, which is 13,451. Then what else waliuliza? Waliuliza spread. So actually ilikuwa na part 2. Part 1 ilikuwa spread. Spread ndio hii hapa, H minus L. So spread ni H 13,451 minus L 80,000. So minus 80,000, 54,51. Sio sawa, tumemaliza hivyo. So spread hapa cash limit. Haya. Then number 3 wanauliza aje, nimeona kuna part B. Propose the decision rule for the cash management to the company based on your calculation 1 and 3. 1 and 3. 1 and 3. So 3 kwanza ni 98, this one ni Z, which is 98. So based on this information, so let us base on that one first, because we can use that one. So when we base on that one, we can compare this one with H. So H ni ngapi? 13,451. So what do? Are we supposed to sell or buy? If you are to give advice basing on Z in comparison with 13. Now, the organization, so advice, comparing Z and H, comma, the company should buy. The company should buy marketable securities to reduce the value of H, which is 13,451, to the return point. Z, which is 9817. So based in that argument tutasema hivyo. Then also ametuambia 1 and 3. So 1 is a spread. Now unasema so the spread is kutoka hapa mpaka hapa, which is 54 51. So kumaanisha hapa ni 8000. So I don't think that one has an advice. So that is the spread between the minimum and the maximum. So maybe you can advise her or him that or maybe you can advise him that if, so the only advice here ni ati if the cash balance reach 80,000, then the organization should sell the marketable securities, should sell the marketable, should sell. So ikifika 8,000 you sell, ndio urudi juu, sell the marketable, you regain the cash, the marketable securities. That is all about it. So that marks the end of lesson 5. So this is the lesson 5 of working capital management. So that marks the end of that class. We shall meet, we complete the other two. So tumebakisha vitu mbili, management of stock and management of debtors. But next class I will concentrate on debtors, and then stock tutamalizia as we end the class for data. So tutafanya debtors maybe 30 minutes, then another 30 minutes I do stock, and that one will mark the end of the working capital management. So that one will mark the end of working capital management. So for now, I want to wish you well. We meet next time for lesson 5 of the working capital management. Working capital management.